So I'm going to stand behind the camera and then ask me about the building.
Hi Ruth, so what can you tell me about the building?
Our building is beautiful. It is a converted church. It's a small size, so it's nice and cosy. It must have been mini as a chapel, really. We have different zones, so we have got a kind of what we think of as a library zone. So there's going to be a reading area, books, newspapers, and there's also a laptop bar where you can plug in to your computer and stay in touch with people at home. In the second zone, if we go down the stairs, we have our learning area, which is basically a large table where we sit around and work together. And then at the furthest end of the church building, we have our eating, drinking area. At night, the rules are a little bit different. In the evening, we tend to spread out through the whole space. We will read books, we can listen to music. We sometimes even have musicians coming in to play for us. It's a great place to relax, hang out, socialise, speak English with other native English speakers, our friends, our colleagues, our professional partners throughout Strathearn, and of course each other.
This is where I would choose.
Is that your favourite spot?
Next to our open fire.
Our digital open fire.
Digital open fire.
So this is our learning table. This is where after a coffee our students join their teacher, often me, but there's other teachers who work on the course as well. And for 3 hours every weekday we work on developing your professional English speaking skills. On a Monday morning generally we work on people's professional introductions. It's a necessary skill for everybody to have. It's often something that people are very experienced at and can do very well. But from time to time there's room for improvement, error correction, or just giving people an alternative way to present the same information as well. The advantage of doing this, of course, first thing together, is that you learn about each other's jobs. We'll do some exercises designed to think rapidly, express yourself rapidly, to talk about the place that you're from, the people you work with, the company you work for. Coming together to share this information and to enjoy meeting each other and socialising.
Can you tell me why potential clients should choose Blue Noun?
It's small and it's intimate and it's friendly. Blue Noun is a little bit different from the other schools in that we have a great space for you to hang out. You can bring a coffee in the morning or have a coffee here, bring breakfast or eat breakfast here with us. There's fairly traditional classroom English teaching lessons happening in the morning, but the afternoon our immersion activities are very different from other schools. Yes, we do want to show off our region and show you castles and great looking parts of Scotland, but the principal priority will be to get you speaking English in professional contexts. So meeting local business people, producers, artists, people involved in the small micro industries of our region. What we like to do is work out what the students' needs are and what their principal field of learning is. So if they have a real need in their job to learn certain skills, we'll involve that in the class. We basically have a menu of people that we work with in terms of local producers and local skilled craftspeople that we will invite onto our course either by visiting them in their workplace or inviting them here to talk and give us presentations about their work and about their businesses.
So does that mean that we'll actually tailor it to each individual group?
Yeah, that's the beauty of working with a small group, 1, 2, 3 or 4 people. Yeah, absolutely. We've got a whole week together. In terms of conversation practice, listening practice, it's full on for you. Generally, we are inviting people with an intermediate level to our classes. There's options for beginners and advanced students, but not within our general course. So what we would say is like an intermediate level where you're going to benefit from a lot of error correction and the exposure to vocabulary and lots of different listening contexts and exercises. For people with a higher skill level, there's opportunities as well, but what we would do for somebody with an advanced level of English is to try and match them to other advanced level students within a separate group.
Is there scope for groups to use our school?
Certainly, if people want to travel as a couple, or if people want to travel with work colleagues and sort of block book an entire week or 2 weeks, yeah, absolutely, they're very welcome to do so.
Can you tell me a lot about yourself, Ruth, and your experience as a language teacher?
Certainly. So I began teaching as an arts teacher, arts and art history at university level, and that was in America. And when I left America, I began teaching English as a second language in Brussels for a company called LSI. And then after 3 years, I moved to Paris and taught for about 7 years with a company called In Lingua, which taught adult professionals professional English skills, but with various different groups, including medics, scientists, researchers, as well as more office skills such as human resources, accountants, you name it, we taught it really. At the same time as doing that, I also worked with various art schools. So I worked with architecture schools, art schools, design schools in different parts of France, teaching a course which was presented in English but was also informing the students about their professional fields, so kind of a drawing class or discussing different aspects of design or design communication.
Hi.
Can you tell me about your job?
Well, currently I am employed by a large chain of community pharmacies. I work in the town of Dollar, where I've been for the last year.
What does your daily job entail?
My job is involved with advising and helping my customers with queries with regards to both their drugs and the conditions which they're suffering from.
Why have you decided to start Blue Noun? Are you looking forward to meeting our new customers?
I really am. One of the main highlights of my job is being able to communicate and interact with my customers within the community pharmacy. So to have a new audience and individuals from different cultures and backgrounds, it will be interesting and fun to make friends from the international community. So Ruth, Crieff is a little off the usual track.
Mm-hmm.
What makes it ideal for people to come here and learn English?
Well, we love it. We adore it as a town and as a region. The region is called Strathearn, and the town Crieff is kind of in the centre of the Strathearn region. It is a little bit off the beaten track in that if you're flying to Scotland and arriving in Glasgow or Edinburgh Airport, you have to get to Crieff, so you'll be either choosing between public transport options or an airport pick-up drop-off service that we can also arrange. But it's worth it once you get here. We are in magnificent countrysides, and the whole region of Strathearn is basically, there's so much to do for a tourist here. It's attractive for people who like outdoor sports and activities and hill walking. There's lots of artists working here, writers, people who are attracted to live in the area, but actually they're working on a worldwide marketplace. So yeah, it's worth it. What do you like about Crieff?
So far, it's proven to be a very generous and friendly community. It's on the doorstep of the lovely Highlands, so there's lots of things to see and do for tourists. There's also great travel links into our larger towns of Dundee and Perth, as well as Glasgow and Edinburgh. And within 15 minutes so you can be in the wilds of the mountains, so it's ideal for anybody who enjoys the outdoor life, but still within an urban setting where you can do the things that you like to do.
Hiya, would you like a coffee? With our clients, what can you tell us about their food options?
I enjoy offering people food, and I think it's a wonderful thing for people to come together, eat together and share good food experiences. And there's a lot in the Strathearn region that I'd like to showcase as well. We like showing off the local produce and the speciality produce of both our region and our country. But Scotland and the UK is also quite a diverse place to live in terms of food influences, and of course we want to open up the doors to kind of really good European cooking and worldwide cooking too. Food that hopefully will suit everybody's palate and also give them new experiences to try and to share. We'll share soup, bread, cold meats, cheeses. It's up to you if you want to do this. We've got lots of good cafes and restaurants in Crieff itself, and you are absolutely invited and welcome to buy takeaways and take them in to eat in the space together as a group, or not. Everybody knows it's nice to go out and take a break as well, and sample the different spaces and locations in town. For something as simple as breakfast, you are welcome to eat here as well. We have some cereals, we've got a coffee machine, so depending on what your needs and your requirements, and whether you like to be sociable first thing in the morning or you want a little bit of time by yourself before you get started, it's totally up to you.
So we will be here to offer all of our clients some nice brands of coffee, hot drinks and wine as part of the course.
Okay, I hear you also do whiskey tasting.
Whisky is one of my passions, being Scottish. So we are also here on the site of the famous Grouse distillery, just a few hundred yards down the road. So yes, as part of the all-inclusive stay here, we'll be having one night as a whisky tasting night, if that's what the clients would like. Even if you don't drink, I'm sure you can come along and enjoy the fun and laughs that we'll have. Can you tell me why now you've decided to start your company, Blue Noun?
It's to do with several different circumstances really. First of all, falling in love with Crieff and Strathearn. It's just a fantastic place to be, and I'm just passionate about it. I want to show it off. And then secondly, whilst I was working for the professional English language teaching schools, both in Brussels and in Paris, I felt like there was a lack of a course like our course. So our people who wanted to go away for a week or 2 weeks to learn English as a second language in an English speaking country had quite a limited choice in terms of sort of feeling like they were going back to school almost, to sit in a classroom. I just saw a gap in the market for something more personal and more personalised, and above all more friendly and welcoming. 3, 2, 1.
Hi and welcome to Blue Noun.
We hope to see you here soon.